it twice. It was so nice.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on, good people? It's your boy Smooth, along with my good friend Dane. We here tonight to bring you another fan's perspective of what's going on out there in the sports world. A lot going on. This is a perfect time of year for me. Baseball revving up, about to get ready for the playoffs in a month or two. Football season, my boys playing now, and the Eagles playing right now. Basketball season about to start back up. You got the summer league going on. All the rookies showcasing their talents, and you got a lot of other stuff going on. We're going to touch on. You know what I mean? But first, how you feeling, Dane? What's going on with you?
I'm feeling great. Basketball season never stops for me, especially with the NBA offseason. I'm not sure if you heard, but the Lakers are doing some crazy stuff, like signing older players. But
yeah, one of the oldest teams ever. You know what I mean? With your best player 37, or be 37 this year. And you got Carmelo 37, Trevor Ariza 36, 35,
36,
Westbrook about to be 33. Who else they signed? Dwight Howard.
Yeah, they brought him back over. Yeah, they doing a lot of signing. Today, what's the name just signed his extension to the Clippers. Kawhi Leonard, right? 4 years. I think the fourth year is an option, a player option, but 4-year contract. I think it's somewhere around like 40, 43 a year, something like that. I should have had it ready for me. That worked. I didn't hear nothing.
They was talking about James Harden and Kyrie ready to re-up over there in Brooklyn. A lot of stuff, a lot of player movement. This is what I wanted to talk about. This is what I want. Kawhi signed a 4-year, $176.3 million contract. But this is what I wanted to ask about. Dennis Schroder. Right now, he just got Donkey of the Day on Hot 97. A lot of people ripping him right now. If y'all are not familiar with him out there, I know most of y'all are, but he was the Lakers point guard. He was the Lakers point guard last year. First year with him, Lakers offered him 4 years, $84 million. And he turned it down because he felt like he deserved more than that. Well, what happened when the playoffs hit? He bombed. Finished one game with like 0 points. Ain't do a damn thing. So he ended up only signing a 1-year contract with the Boston Celtics for $5.9 million. So he went from possibly making $21 million a year to $5.9. Now, granted, he has made over $74 million in his career, so he not hurting. He not hurting for money. But how you feel about him fumbling that bag?
I got nothing, dude. That's how bad it is. I got nothing.
Man.
I mean, yeah, it's not. It's for us regular folks, us fans. Oh, whoops, wrong shirt. Us fans. $5 million ain't nothing to sneeze at. But
True.
the comparison, what you lost. Wow, that's all I gotta say is wow. You screwed up that bad. Remember, people remember what you did last. They remember 0. You should have took that money and ran, and not trying to be greedy.
Exactly.
That's what I say. Like that's like me getting a promotion, and they like, well, we want to give you this X amount of money, but you got to pick up your pace. And that's me like, nah, I'm going somewhere else. Oh, and my starting pay is much less what I'm making now. You're stupid. You could have got more when you're raised.
I know a lot of people like he bet on himself. Like he placed the wrong bet, in my opinion. Like he considered himself a superstar And bro, you were just coming off the bench previously before you got to the Lakers. Willie Styles, what up, though, bro? Baby, how you?
What up, though? Willie Styles in the building.
You know, so I really had it. Now, granted, he got a chance to prove himself again this year with the Celtics, and hopefully re-up next season. That's why he only signed a 1-year deal. But it's still, he have to show up and show out. Boston has to be a legit contender in the East, which I believe they are with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum and Marcus Smart. But I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's how you call it fumble in the bag.
But the thing is, if he would have played good and he got bounced out the playoffs, that would have been a different bet on yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that would have been totally. I was like, man, yeah, I would have took the money and ran, but he played good. They would have gave him probably more money than life itself. But since he played crazy, like on my level, nah, dude.
No, exactly. Another subject I wanted to broach on. We're gonna have some fun in a minute. We're gonna talk about that young boy at the soccer. Excuse me. But they just had the Football Hall of Fame induction. And do you feel like anybody was slighted that should have got in? Or what do you think about the speeches that were or were you aware of any of the speeches?
There's always gonna make somebody slighted in the Hall of Fame. Everybody. Baseball's the worst at it because of the whole steroid thing. Depending on when you retire and who you retired with, that window and whoever's before you, it's the what's they call it? Can't think of the term. It's whatever the will of the gods. Whatever the balls may fall. I know here in Detroit, Megatron, Calvin Johnson, got in the Hall of Fame. He gave the speech. Everybody was wondering it was bad blood between Calvin Johnson and the Detroit Lions organization. We were tired of hearing about the whole situation because Detroit Lions made Barry Sanders give his money back when he retired, the signing bonus. Megatron, biggest, one of the best receivers that played the game.
Ever.
What up, Joy? They made him give his money back. And I'm just like, I'm not sure what's going on with this organization, whatever, when it comes to paying their players after they retire. They want their money back, their signing bonus back. I'm not sure what that. Everybody's talking about, is he going to slight the Detroit Lions or whatever, this and that. But he actually gave out a shout out to the city of Detroit, which Detroiters will love, the team will love. I'm not sure about any other speeches. I was just really keyed in on that. Was he's going to give props where props is due? I mean, even though they slight him at the end of his career, but they still tried to look out for him while he was still playing with us.
Yeah, Megatron, to me, first of all, he did the same thing, but I think they retired right in the midst of their primes. He's one of my favorite just football players ever. He was unstoppable in my opinion. I thought it was classless when the Detroit Lions came after Barry Sanders, after all that work he put in. And if they was to do the same with Calvin, I think it would still be classless, very classless. Like, man, that man sacrificed his body out there for years. You feel me? Y'all ain't surround that man with no type of help out there, and he still showed up and showed out. So the try to come for his money is classless as hell to me. I just want to run down the class of 2021. Drew Pearson, Tom Flores, Peyton Manning, John Lynch, Calvin Johnson, Alan Faneca,
and Charles Woodson. Peyton Manning to me, he was my I'm a diehard Eagles fan. Peyton Manning to me was still one of my favorite quarterbacks of all time. You know, people used to always slight him for he got 2 Super Bowl rings. That's crazy. But people still, I think he might have been a 4 Super Bowls or 3. He'd been a 4 Super Bowls, 1, 2, lost 2. I think for any quarterback, that's amazing right there for me.
Two different teams.
2 different teams at that. I think he got she slighted because he compared to Tom, but I think Tom just had a couple of those occasions. Tom just had better teams. Tom just had better teams all around. Defense was better than, a lot of those Colts teams. Their defense was trash. Their offense was elite, but their defense was trash. So it was too much pressure on the offense.
Oh no, no, they had Dwight Freeney, man. Come on, man. But
that's one dude though.
I know. I know.
You feel me? I'll pay somebody if they could tell me somebody else in that defensive backfield that was legit. You feel
Marvin
me?
Harrison?
They should have played him. They should have played him on both sides of the ball. You feel me? They should have definitely played him on both sides of the ball because their defensive backs was trash. But yeah, Peyton Manning was one. Charles Woodson is another one who I was a huge fan of. He was a monster. I was a fan of his since he was in college.
Go Blue.
Yeah, all the way to the end of his career. You feel me? And he played a long time too. You feel me? He played a long time. It was great for a long time. So those are my John Lynch. Fuck John Lynch. He was on that Tampa. He was on that Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that beat my boys. That was in 03. Yeah, I felt like that was still the best Eagles team, even though we ended up getting one years later. I still feel like that 03 team with McNabb and them, because our defense was amazing. That was just 2 defensive teams going at it.
Can I ask you a question?
Uh-huh.
You're an Eagles fan. Your team made the Super Bowl against my Patriots. What were they thinking? What was McNabb thinking in that they're behind by a couple of touchdowns and he's on his knees in the huddle when he should be hurrying up the offense? What was going on?
Well, I think that was a miscommunication between him and Andy Reid. Or, excuse me, or the offensive coordinator. Because it ain't no excuse because you get the plays directly sent to your helmet nowadays. So it wasn't no excuse. But I blame the offensive coordinator and the head coach. He shouldn't have been put in that position. Those plays should have already, been sent to him. And one thing I used to have an issue with about that particular squad is sometimes our offense was so predictable. Because our defense that year, T.O. came back. T.O. had a great game.
Dude, he bought for a broken ankle. He came back that quickly and still balled. He wasn't great, but considering that when he came back on a broken ankle and played that good. Yeah.
T.O. all time. T.O. top 3, top 4 receiver in the NFL history, in my opinion. Now, if y'all want to talk about his antics with his teammates and stuff like that's another. But just as far as raw talent and skill, top 3, top 4, easily.
I'm not gonna cry about it.
Yeah, easily. But my thing with McNabb, that team offensively, we couldn't throw the short pass for whatever reason. If it wasn't going to Westbrook, like the little duck downs that were, that Tom Brady is great at, that he used to hit Wes Welker and I forget the other guy's name, and they'll go get an extra 10 yards. Like for whatever reason, we just didn't have that. If it wasn't going to Brian, it was too heavily reliant. And Brian Westbrook, one of my favorite players, my favorite Eagle of all time. Just too much pressure on it. And LaShawn, and when they had LaShawn McCoy, the same thing. Put way too much pressure on him to create
but that's one that got away. You feel me? We had a chance there a couple of years that we should have won. Lost in the NFC Championship like 3 years in a row. You feel me? But but once again, fuck John Lynch.
In a dynasty. Them and Patriots could be in a dynasty.
Yeah, we end up being the Buffalo Bills of the NFC Championship.
Don't say that. No, you got one. Buffalo didn't.
True.
Four straight.
Super
Four
Bowl.
straight.
I hate to say it, but I know somebody was suicidal. I had to be. You feel me?
Jim Kelly out of this.
Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas.
You mean fumbles? Thomas? Every Super Bowl, I can't hold on to the ball.
Oh man, Bruce Smith?
Oh my God.
I forget the other dude name that was big on their defense too. But yeah, they had a squad. They just kept fumbling the bag.
In 1 year, I actually rooted for them. Halftime, they were up against Dallas. Yeah, like, nah, I want Dallas to win. They came back and won.
Yes.
I'm like, what the?
Yes. We will be remiss to not talk about the ending of the Olympics. The USA barely, when I say barely, by one gold medal, barely beat China. Because the way how you tally the medals, even though the US had
39.
39 gold, but like 133 something total medals, more than anybody. The Olympics, unless you're tied with gold medals, it only count the gold medals. So to determine the winner, and we barely beat them. Once again, the highlight for me was the track and field, Trip, New Jersey. I think Mo, excuse me. Shout out to you, love. 800 meters set the I believe she set the Olympic record or the American. I know she definitely set the American record. She got 2 gold medals. She did the 4x400 relay. Knocked that out. Them ladies was moving. The women's sprints, Jamaica, dominant. Them ladies is just pure dominant in the 100, 200 meters. Allison Felix, the most decorated, I believe, track and field.
Yep. She
got 11. Yeah, she got 11 total medals, and this one was just after having a baby. There you go, Sonny. Trenton makes the world taste. You absolutely right. You know what I mean? Shout out to Thing Mo. It's billboards all around the city. Shouting her out, and I love to see it. What else? The men, the American men. I believe we won one of the relays. I forget which one. I'm slipping right now, but for the most part, we didn't do as well as we were. I expected Noah Lyles to come home with a gold. He didn't. He ended up getting a bronze, I believe, in the 200 meters. One of the most interesting thing is, I think like 17 world records were broken this Olympics. Like that's amazing. That's amazing. The best race for me was outside of Thing Mo. It was the Lila Muhammad and I hope Sydney McLaughlin. I think the 400 hurdles. Man, this girls was moving. Young lady Sydney won. They both Americans. Sydney had to break the world record in order to beat her. Delilah Muhammad, she was the defending gold medalist. So those were the highlights for me. I didn't really pay too much attention. I ain't even watch the man, even though they won the gold, the man basketball. Shout out to the women for their dominance and women's Olympics basketball. They also won the 3-on-3 gold medal, first time that was ever in the Olympics.
I saw something that made me actually like sports again between the pole vaulters.
Oh,
Did you see that?
didn't one almost crash, almost hurt herself?
No, it was men's. On the men's side, two men who trained against with each other was going for the gold medal. They end up tying,
Yeah, okay, yeah.
and they were actually going at it. They're like, "Can we share the gold medal?" They're like, "You either do a jump off, or they actually asked to share the gold medal, and they balled out." Man, that's what I liked about sports. That's why I like competition to a highest form with grace, dignity toward the other competitor. Except for the NBA, I want y'all to go ham out, just go fight each other too. But this is a beautiful moment in sports, showing competition and sportsmanship. That's what I was looking for with the other class.
That's dope. Then the high jump. Then something almost happened like that in the high jump too, or not the high jump. Could have been the high jump or the long jump.
I don't recall that one. But U.S. So what's the gold medal? Women's pole vaults. I'm trying to look for it now. I cannot find it to save my life.
Yeah, and the high jump. And the high jump, the dude from I can't pronounce his whole name. So he's from Qatar. His last name is Barshim. And a guy from Italy, his name is Gianmarco Tan. He from they both tied in the high jump and shared the gold medal as well. Ry Benjamin from the US, he got the silver in the 400 meters. What else? This is just the men I'm going through, trying to see any notable ones. And the shot put, the United States gold and silver, Ryan Krauser and Joe Kovacs. Grant Holloway, that was one of the races too. In 110 hurdles, I watched live. Grant Holloway actually got upset. I don't know if anybody ever seen the commercial. Some people thought it was like digitally enhanced. The commercial with a young brother, he was doing the hurdles and his head didn't move, and they just you know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen that commercial. Well, he actually run like that. That's actually how he run, and it looked just like that live. But he kind of stumbled at the end, and it cost him. He got beat from the guy from Jamaica called his last name Parchment. But that was one of the biggest upsets because Grant Holloway, he didn't lose all year or last year. Like, he's been dominant in the 110 hurdles. And so that was a big upset right there. And the women's, Elaine Thompson-Herah, she making her case. She beat Shelly Ann Frazier and Sharika Jackson, both from all three from Jamaica. But Elaine Thompson-Herah, she making the case for greatest female track and field sprinter ever. She really is. She really is. That's all I really paid attention to.
No, it was interesting. All the stuff I could pay attention to because real life happens with
Exactly.
when you're adults.
And then it was coming on so late. I think we talked about that before when Willie was on a couple weeks ago. Like, they come on so late that you can't catch all of them live. You can't catch all the events. So, that was one hindrance.
That's what YouTube is for.
Exactly. So we want to have a fun topic too. We want to talk about.
I got two.
All right, go ahead.
No, yours first because yours is probably prepped.
Nah. I was gonna go off yours with the one with the young boy.
Oh yeah, we can do that one. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. We can't show the video because we won't get censored. Soccer. This young man had the opportunity to opening kick in football, aka soccer for us U.S. people, and he kicked the ball instead of just kicking it to the other team. He kicked it in the goal. Took off his shirt, slid, and posed like a real soccer player, like what they really do in football. I'm sorry, I'm gonna be respectful to these guys tonight, to these football players, which was great. And I'm thinking, what other sport would you do that in if you had the opportunity to go ham?
See, to me, it's almost the equivalent of throwing out the first pitch in baseball. So, man, I don't know what sport. 1 second. Daddy
I
doing
got you.
that.
No, hey, parenting never stops.
Yeah. What sport would you? I gotta think about. That's a good question. I gotta think about that for a second.
This is not fair to you because I have opportunities because of the places I worked at. I worked for the Detroit Lions organization where I got a chance to go to Ford Field and play where they play at. Also, I also worked for the companies that work for those people. Also worked at the Palace of Auburn Hills where Pistons play at. So I've been on the courts for both of those teams. I actually went to when I was working at Ford Field. I actually went on the field when they had the Final Four at the Ford Field. We actually got the chance to play on the courts for the Final Four. The security guys, which I was at, actually playing basketball on a football field, which is kind of crazy within itself. We just having fun. I think after my tenure at the Palace, I actually went back to watch a game with some friends. They called us on the court. Like I won tickets for us to go on the court and shoot a basket, on an NBA regulation rim with a real NBA ball too. So it was like, man, this is actually great. Too bad I have no footage of it because my phone died. I asked one person, my phone's about to die. Can you ever videotape me taking a shot, a free throw shot on a Pistons court? Okay, I got it. I went back. There's nothing there. I was so angry.
I would have been too.
I'm like, you had one job. Press play.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something. That's a good example. That's a good story. That's a great one. Because if I had the opportunity to do one of them half court shots, and I make it, I'm gonna act the ass. I'm gonna act an ass out there. You hear me? I'm gonna do the Reggie Miller. I'm gonna do the Reggie Miller. Jump on the thing. I'm gonna give y'all a bow. I'm doing everything. They're gonna have to yank me off that court. You know what I mean? I thought it was dope. One of my favorite ones was, I don't know if Brown was with Miami or Cleveland. I want to say Miami. One of the fans hit the half court shot.
Oh yeah.
And he ran out there, tackled them, celebrated with him. Like I thought that was one of the best things ever. But I'm telling you, I hit that shot at half court. Oh, I'm gonna act ass. I don't care if I'm at a college game, an NBA game. Listen, I'm going straight to that scores table, take my bow, just like Reggie. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
No, I ain't taking a bow. I want to do the Dwayne Wade. This my house. This my house.
Yeah. I hear Sonny like me too. Hell yeah. I'm gonna act ass. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. For real.
They actually asked that question. Ironically, I had a totally different question prepared, but
doing the big baby pose with the ball on the court. Word up. Damn, I wish you would have posted that photo up.
Oh, that's great.
Another one. No, another one I wish I could do too, though. I know I'm gonna miss it though. On the football field, where they let you do the field goal kick for like now. Listen, same way. Now that's when I'm running the whole field. I might pass out trying to run a whole 100 yards. might have a heart attack trying to run that whole 100 yards. But if I kick that field goal and that thing go through, yeah, I'm definitely running that whole field. Definitely running that whole field. Really.
Oh man. So my next fun one is you're in an all-time 3-point contest.
Okay.
You have a choice to pick who wins.
Ray Allen. And you got to tell me nobody else.
Huh?
Walter Ray Allen. Is he one of the people you picked? What was about the name?
I'm gonna give you the people in this category.
Okay.
One, Stephen Curry.
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Shuttleworth.
Jesus Shuttleworth. Yep. Walter Ray.
Reggie Miller.
Mm-hmm.
He's more of a gamer. To me, he's more of a gamer 3-point shooter, but he's on this list. Mr. Stephen Curry's partner.
Klay Thompson. Okay. Game 6 Klay. Okay.
And Mr. 33 himself for the Celtics.
In a 3-point contest?
Larry Bird, yes.
Okay. I'm going, yep. That's what I'm talking about, Sonny.
Shout out to Sonny for being the producer tonight.
That's exactly. I hit that. Yep, you'll never lie. That's exact quote I'm gonna hit on that scores table, just like that. That's too funny. That's too funny.
I was okay. I was done until I actually seen it. Thank you, Sonny.
Yeah, it took me when she first said it. It took me like a half a second to think which one she was talking about, but I remember. But yeah, I'm taking Walter Ray. I'm taking Walter Ray. It ain't a doubt in my mind.
Now you should have knew what I was talking about, Clint. I had to jump in.
Sonny was a diehard Celtics fan. She loved it.
And that picture was life.
And to help Sonny out, I'm saying anything's possible.
You know what?
With that pose. That pose.
That'd be dope.
No, I'm definitely doing that pose. I ain't even bullshitting you. Like, you know what? I'm small anyway. If I make it, bitch, I'm sitting there like this. Take my picture.
That's too funny.
But you gotta do the KG yell at the same time while you. Anything's possible.
Now. Sonny capable will answer this question too.
What?
You know, 3-point contest. You know your boy Ray Allen. That's my boy too. Between him, Stephen Curry, I call him Wardell.
I'm mad you call him Wardell.
That's his first name, Wardell. It ain't Stephen.
Yeah.
Terrible.
It's true.
Klay Thompson, Larry Bird, or Reggie Miller.
Oh, I knew he's gonna put Reggie in it. I knew you was.
It's not my question. It's on Facebook, Instagram, one of those places.
See, I don't know because I'm partial to Ray Allen.
Jesus Shuttleworth.
But it depends on what stage of Ray Allen.
Facts. That's a good.
We're talking about.
They have the Miami Heat Ray Allen.
Miami Heat Ray Allen? No, I'm not taking Miami Heat Ray Allen.
No. If it was Celtics, Ray Allen was good, but even before that, he was better too.
Milwaukee
or Seattle.
Yeah.
Milwaukee or Seattle.
Seattle is just lights out.
Yeah.
I don't know because Reggie Miller good too.
No, but he's just more of a gamer to me than an actual 3-point shooter.
Klay Thompson might beat everybody.
I'm not that familiar with him.
Yeah, okay. That's Steph Curry.
I haven't been I know who Stephen Curry is, but I haven't really been watching basketball like I used to.
Yeah, I can dig it.
So if I'm going off of me watching basketball when I watched it, I'm gonna have to stick with Ray Allen, but not
old school.
Yeah, but pre Celtics, but kind of during the Celtics.
Who you picking, Dane?
Larry Bird.
You taking Larry Bird?
Larry Bird.
Yeah, Larry Bird told him before the competition start, which one of y'all coming in second. Yeah, you know what I mean. So he was he won with his jacket on. That's how cocky that white boy was. Three times.
All the time. No.
Yeah. You feel me? So that's a good pick too. I ain't mad at that neither. I'm still going to Walter Ray. I'm going Walter Ray. You feel me? Walter Ray out. Yeah, gotta go with Jesus. Gotta go with Jesus. Gotta go with Jesus. You feel me? Got to. That reason why Ray, I'm gonna be honest with you. Ray Allen, one of my favorite players ever.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite. I was a fan of his all the way back to UConn. You know, because I played basketball a lot. He was a shooter, and anybody that know me played basketball, I could shoot. So I used to always watch him, listen to his shooting pointers, all the way to the end of his career. Like him and KG, two of my top 5 favorite players ever. So when they linked up on the Celtics, it was hard. Like I had to root for them for at least a couple seasons because, I couldn't. I've been rooting for them for years, for damn near a decade before they linked up. So, like, I can't go against Ray. I can't go against Ray.
All right, I'm gonna let you go.
All right, we probably got like one more topic, and then we up out of here anyway. All right. So since let's go to football. Since football season about to start. Football season about to start. Everything equal. You feel me? Offensive line stacked. Wide receiver core stacked. To win one game, who you taking? Montana, Brady, Peyton, or who else should I throw in there?
Throw a black man in there. Warren
Moon. I was gonna say Randall Cunningham. I'm equal for life. Or Donovan McNabb, but we throw Warren Moon in there. Who you taking?
You gonna make me go against my boy Brady? God dang it! I'm taking Montana.
Taking Montana. Man. I'm gonna stick with Peyton, man. I'm gonna stick with Peyton. All things equal, I gotta rock with Peyton. Cause I think him and Brady in the playoffs they tied, or didn't he beat Brady?
No. Tom lost to Peyton once. Or twice. I'm sorry. I forgot when he went to the Broncos. He actually beat him again.
Yeah.
So he's 2-13, 14 like that, I think, against Tom.
Nah.
No?
The two quarterbacks met 5 times in the NFL playoffs, in which Manning won 3 of them.
Oh, I thought it was.
Yeah, which Manning won.
Okay.
That's why I used to say, like, a lot of people used to slight my boy Peyton. But Peyton, Tom just had better teams sometimes. But I'm riding with Peyton.
To me, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Nah, go ahead.
I like Peyton Manning, but I think it's an unfair comparison for for Peyton Manning and LeBron James. If you think about how the hype they both got when they first came in the league and how they played in the league, how people, Skip Bayless, will berate LeBron James but praise Peyton Manning's failing.
Yeah.
It's just that's what I didn't like about Peyton Manning. Is like the comparisons are basically the same, football and basketball terms, Peyton Manning did not win a lot of championships like he was supposed to because of Tom Brady and other quarterbacks, other good teams at that time. When it happens to LeBron, he is getting killed every night. That's the only thing I didn't like about Peyton Manning. Only thing.
I agree. I agree.
Not his fault.
Not his fault. I agree. My thing with that comparison is Brown was in the finals. You feel me? Brown wasn't losing in the first, second round every year. Brown was losing in the finals. You feel me? To me, you know, I'd rather lose in the finals than the first round. Because in the first round, you lose in the first round. Huh?
One time.
Yeah, one time. And that was
this year. It just happened to be this year.
Yeah, that was this year. So with me, I'd rather my heart get broken in the finals because losing in the first round lets you know you really ain't stand a chance to win anything.
He wasn't supposed to be there.
Yeah, exactly. So if you lose, that man had his team in the finals 10 years, man. 10 years. He's 4-6.
That's what makes me even more mad.
Yeah. And he lost the dynasties.
No. Because think about it. One of those times he was in the finals, he went against the San Antonio Spurs. In the regular season, he beat the Spurs twice that year. But to get to the Spurs, he beat the Pistons.
Yeah.
I was so sick that one man scored 25 points. His name was Isaiah Thomas.
Hey, listen. I was watching that game. Like I said, college basketball always reigned supreme with me. So I was a diehard, I'm a diehard Tar Heel fan. So Rashid.
I'm sorry.
Rashid was, I was rooting for Rashid because I knew Brown was young and I knew he was going to have more opportunities. I wanted Sheed to get another one up under his belt to solidify his legacy. But Brown was just too much, man. He was too much.
Everybody guarded him.
Yeah.
Everybody guarded him.
I think people really underestimated, or really, especially then, because you could see the holes, just like how we see the holes in Giannis' game. Like, man, if he could shoot a little bit better.
He doesn't need to.
He doesn't need to. But with Brown, it was like, man, wait till his ball handling get better. Wait till his shot get better. You feel me? He was already like the most physically gifted player that we damn near ever seen in the NBA at that point. I think that's what separated him from. It's hard to compare basketball and football, man. Because with me, football is the ultimate team sport.
Yes.
Because I don't care how great of a quarterback you are. If your offensive line trash, you ain't gonna get nothing done. You feel
unless you're the Detroit Lions and you have an all around running back like Barry Sanders.
Facts.
But,
or you got an all-time receiver like Megatron, where you can just throw that bitch 3 people on him, and he's going to go get it. You feel?
You know what's a funny story about that? About the whole Megatron thing? Before he took that signing bonus, he was actually going to quit before he re-signed with the Lions. He played another 2 years because his dad asked him to.
When they going to franchise tag him, that's why he couldn't leave or something like that.
No,
I don't recall. If I was him, I would have just bounced. Be honest with you, I just would have went to another team. Once my contract was up, I would have been out of here. I would have never stayed with Detroit for that many years. Never. Or I think they might have had the most money to offer him at the time or whatever. Or I thought they was going to franchise tag him so he couldn't go nowhere. But that's why the contracts in the NFL is crazy. All right, one last one since we talk about wide receivers. Megatron, Moss, Rice, T.O. Who you taking?
So that's our show for tonight. Thanks for coming. Ooh. to me, Randy Moss was lazy. He had his moments where he said he took plays off. That's what bothers me about him.
Okay, I can.
So we would never. So we'll never know with the full potential if he balled out, really balled out.
I can respect that.
But then he was deceptively fast too when he's on the field. It's like he looked like he's running slow, but people couldn't catch up to him. Like Megatron getting triple teamed versus Jerry Rice just juking people. Oh, crap.
Greatest route runner ever.
Right. So it's gonna be a toss up between Megatron and Jerry Rice. Longevity, T.O. was pretty good up there. I mean, he still can do some stuff. You see him actually train?
Yeah. He's a freak of nature too. I'm gonna take Randy. I think prime Randy. You feel me?
Minnesota?
Yeah. Even you gotta think he even helped,
Chris Carter
16-0 with the Patriots. You understand? And he was a big reason. That's the most touchdowns Tom Brady ever threw in a season. You feel me? I think Randy broke the record for touchdowns receiving that year. I'm gonna take Randy because his hands. If T.O. hands, I think all three of them got hands was better than T.O.'s. But T.O. sometimes he'll go through where he dropping the ball. You feel me? He'll drop some passes on you here and there. You feel me? He may have been more physically gifted. Between him and Megatron, them two, I think was the most physically gifted. Because T.O. could do the long route, and T.O. could go across that middle too. He was big enough to go across that middle. He got laid out a couple times, but he got his ass right back up.
especially in the star.
Yeah. But I'm gonna go with Randy. You feel me, Randy? Because Randy, they used to have the triple, just like how they had the triple team Megatron.
Yeah,
They had the triple team Randy too. Randy,
that's why they call it the Moss toss for a reason.
Yeah, Randy used to catch that thing with one hand, with two on it. Bang, and the touchdown. Catch it. As soon as that ref goes, he'll just drop it. Know what I mean? Like that was special. You feel me?
I'm gonna take Rice
You take Rice?
because he was smart. He knew how to run routes, and he caught those balls for a reason.
Yeah.
Being double team as well, going across the middle.
I respect that because he will. You know for a fact, Jerry wasn't going to cheat you with effort,
Right?
and you know what I mean. You know for a fact. So that's the one thing. And then, like I say, Eli would be the greatest route runner ever, as far as running the routes.
Do you know after the Super Bowl, he went back to training right away?
That's Jerry don't get enough credit. That's why I don't like the you feel me? For me, a quarterback can never be the greatest football player ever. For me, that's just me. Know what I mean? But since we want to put I got Jerry Rice up there. That's he got to be top 5, just over top 5 careers. I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Top 5 careers in football. I mean, he got about 4?
4, I think.
Yeah, 4 Super Bowls. All the damn receiving records. He either got 3 or 4. Maybe he had 5. No, he got 4 because Montana only got 4, right? I think he only won 3 with Montana. I may be wrong. Let me check it real quick.
See, it's kind of hard to tell people where they place at in football because
he only got 3.
It depends on your perspective, on fans' perspective, on offense, or defense, or special teams, how a player reacts. Like you could be a defensive specialist, and it's not likely you want to have an offensive player as your top player because if you like defense, and vice versa for offense. Like I got favorite Defensive backs, Charles Woodson, Deion Sanders, who played offense and defense, and in 3 different sports. So, Bo Jackson.
Yeah. Deion got a case of one of being the greatest athlete of all time. People don't talk about that though. But Deion got a legit argument. Legit argument.
But I do want to make mention while we wrap up the show. Thanks for tuning in to everybody. For everybody tuning in. Everybody's my favorite Detroit Tiger of all time. Not Kirk Gibson, not Miguel Cabrera, Patrick Mahomes. He's technically a Detroit Lion Tiger, right?
Yeah, I know.
I just want to throw that in just for
that speak to his greatness too. You feel me? Because he could be an all-time. He could be one of the best pitchers in the game. One of the best pitchers in the game if he decided to play.
I'm just mad that even though Tampa Bay won, it was Tom Brady versus Patrick Mahomes. One of the throws that he threw that I wish they would have caught because it would have been one of the greatest plays was one where he was horizontal, throwing it, getting pounded, and they dropped it.
They dropped it. Yeah. You couldn't blame Patrick. Everybody was trying to blame Patrick for that loss. You couldn't blame Patrick for that loss.
No. When you got 2 of your most important offensive linemen get injured in the AFC Championship game, that's what you blame.
Mm-hmm. Well, Sonny wrapping us up. So look, this is what y'all can do. Y'all can catch me on my blog at thekingstruth.com. I'm on Twitter at eTrentonGroomy. You also catch me on Snap at @KingsTruth. Damn, let them know where they get catch you at. Oh, which way I'm? There you go.
You catch me down there when I come back to social media.
Okay, yeah, that's right. They ain't taking a break. You're doing one of my moves. I can dig it.
Mental. I gotta get these.
Y'all can also find us. Y'all can catch us every other Thursday. The Fans Perspective at 10 p.m. You can follow. Go on Facebook. Follow us. GFT Radio. Just look us up. Join the conversation. Dope conversations on there. All the replays is on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Google Play Music, Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Blog Talk Radio. We everywhere. GFT_radio on Twitter. Yes, our merch. This is very important. Very important. Support us while we support you. GFTradio.creator/spring.com. We got everything on there. The season's about to change up quick on us in a few weeks. So we got the hoodies, we got the t-shirts, we got the long sleeve shirts, we got all types of merch. We got pillows, we got face masks, we got coffee mugs, we got everything on there for you. Support us while we support you. Thank y'all for coming out, checking us, and we signing off with the Fans Perspective. Holla.